Hello everyone, I'm Naomi and today I'm taking you on a special journey through the beautiful temples of Bangkok. Bangkok's temples are not just places of worship, but spaces where people come to relax, express gratitude, and find peace. I remember the first time I stepped into a temple here. It felt like stepping into another world. The soft sound of chanting monks, the scent of incense in the air, and the golden light reflecting off the statues. It was all so calming. Today, we'll meet some wonderful women who come to these temples to pray, to dance, and to simply be in the moment. Each of them has a unique story, and through their experiences, we'll discover more about the traditions and culture of this incredible city. I hope you're as excited as I am to dive into this world of serenity and beauty. So let's begin our journey at the heart of Bangkok's spiritual life, the temples. As I walk through the temple gates, the first thing I notice is the golden spires reaching toward the sky. They seem to shimmer in the sunlight, like they're alive, breathing in the energy of the day. Inside, the atmosphere is completely different from the bustling city outside. There's a sense of calm, like the temple walls are holding in all the noise and leaving only peace. One of the first women I meet is Mai, a young student. She's here to pray before her exams. She tells me how important it is for her to come to the temple for focus and inner strength. I feel like the temple helps me find balance, she says, as we watch her light a candle and place it on the altar. The smell of the incense fills the air, and the flickering light from the candles creates a soft glow around us. As Mai kneels in front of the Buddha statue, I can feel the weight of her hopes and dreams in the quietness of the temple. It's a powerful moment, filled with both serenity and anticipation. As I watch Mai, I'm reminded of how universal this feeling is, the need for a quiet space to gather our thoughts, especially in times of stress. It's something I've felt in temples in Japan too, but there's something different here in Bangkok. Maybe it's the warm air, or the way people seem to take their time, moving slowly and deliberately. After Mai finishes her prayer, she sits down with me and we talk about why she loves coming here. She tells me that, in the midst of her busy life, the temple is a place where she can reset, where the noise of the world fades away. The temple is like my second home, she says, smiling softly. It's a sentiment I think many people around the world can relate to. The need for a sanctuary, a place of calm. As we sit together, the sounds of the temple surround us. The quiet murmur of prayers, the rustling of leaves in the breeze, and the distant sound of monks chanting. It's a symphony of peace, and I can see why Mai keeps coming back. After saying goodbye to Mai, I wander through the temple grounds, taking in the sights and sounds around me. The golden statues of Buddha seem to glow even brighter as the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the courtyard. As I walk, I come across another woman. Her name is Sudha. She's a dancer, here to practice a traditional dance for an upcoming festival. Watching her move with such grace and precision, I'm mesmerized. Her dance feels like a prayer in motion, a way of connecting with something deeper. She tells me that dancing in the temple brings her a sense of peace and focus that she can't find anywhere else. It's like the temple breathes with me when I dance, Sudha explains, her voice filled with passion. I watch her practice, her movements flowing like water, each step deliberate and full of meaning. The soft jingling of the bells on her ankles adds to the rhythm of the temple. As the sun dips lower, casting a warm golden light over the temple grounds, Sugita finishes her dance with a graceful bow. There's a quiet beauty in the way she moves, like every step is a conversation with the divine. After Sudha finishes her dance, we sit down together near a small pond in the temple courtyard. The water reflects the last rays of sunlight, and there's a peaceful stillness in the air. I ask her what it means to her to be able to dance here, in a temple, rather than in a studio or on stage. She smiles and says, "The temple feels alive, like it's watching over me as I move. It gives my dance a deeper meaning." I can see in her eyes how much this place means to her. More than just a venue, it's a sacred space that enriches her spirit. As the evening breeze picks up, we hear the distant sound of a bell ringing from the temple tower. It's a gentle reminder that the day is coming to an end, but here, time seems to slow down, as if the temple itself is in no hurry. I ask Sudha about the upcoming festival, and her face lights up with excitement. "It's the biggest event of the year for us," she explains. "Everyone gathers at the temple, and the streets are filled with music, dancing, and celebration." Her excitement is contagious, and I find myself looking forward to the festival, as if I'll be a part of it too. As I leave Sudha and walk further into the temple, I come across a group of women sitting quietly together, lighting candles and offering flowers. The scene is peaceful, almost meditative, as they focus on their rituals with great care. One of the women, Nong, tells me she comes to the temple every week to pray and express gratitude for her family and her health. "It's a way for me to stay grounded," she says, her hands gently placing a lotus flower on the altar. The smell of incense and fresh flowers fills the air, and I feel a sense of calm wash over me. Nosik explains that for many women like her, the temple is not just a place of worship, but a place to find balance in their busy lives. "It's where I come to clear my mind, to let go of stress," she says, smiling as she finishes her prayer. As I sit with Nok, I realize how important it is to have a space like this, a sanctuary where we can reflect, breathe, and simply be present. The temple offers that to everyone who enters, regardless of where they come from or what they're going through. As the evening sky turns a deeper shade of blue, the temple begins to glow with the light of 1,000 candles. It's a sight that fills me with a deep sense of peace, and I understand now why so many people return to this place again and again. As the temple becomes illuminated with candlelight, I find myself drawn to a small group of women gathered near a statue of the Buddha. They're offering food, simple dishes like rice and fruit, placing them carefully in front of the statue with quiet reverence. One of the women, Pim, tells me that this offering is a way to show gratitude for the blessings in her life. "Every time I make an offering, I feel more connected to something greater than myself," she says softly. I watch as she places a small bowl of rice before the statue, her movements slow and deliberate, almost as if she's in conversation with the divine. The atmosphere is serene, and for a moment, it feels as if time has slowed down, allowing us to fully be present in this sacred space. Pim explains that coming to the temple is her way of keeping her mind clear and her heart light. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos of everyday life, she says. But here, I can remember what's really important. Her words resonate with me, and I start to think about the times in my own life when I've needed a place to breathe, to reflect, to find peace. As we sit together, the warm glow of the candles surrounding us, I feel grateful to be part of this moment. As I sit with Pim, we watch the temple come alive with soft light and gentle movements. The flickering candles create a mesmerizing dance of shadows on the temple walls. Pim smiles and says, "There's something magical about being here at night. It feels like the temple is even more alive." I nod in agreement, feeling that same sense of magic in the air. There's a peaceful energy that seems to wrap around everyone who enters, creating a space where time slows down and worries fade away. As we sit there, I ask Pim about her life outside the temple. She tells me she works in a busy part of the city, where life moves fast and people are always rushing. But when I come here, it's like everything slows down. I can breathe, I can think, and I can remember what really matters. I can see the relief on her face as she talks about the contrast between her hectic life and the peace she finds in the temple. It's a reminder to me, too, about the importance of finding moments of stillness in our own lives. As the night deepens, the temple grounds grow quieter, but the energy of the place remains just as powerful. I say goodbye to Pim and thank her for sharing her time and her story with me. As I leave the temple, the night sky above me is filled with stars, and the city around the temple seems distant, as if we've been in a completely different world. The women I've met tonight, each with their own stories and their own reasons for coming to the temple, have left a deep impression on me. Whether they came to pray, to dance, or simply to find peace, they all found something special in this sacred space. I can't help but reflect on how different this is from my own experiences in temples back in Japan. In both places there's a sense of calm and reverence, but here in Bangkok there's an openness, a sense that the temple is part of daily life. It's not just a place to visit during special occasions, it's a place to come to anytime, to reset, to breathe, and to find balance. As I walk away from the temple, I feel lighter, as if I've left behind some of my own worries and stress. There's a gentle breeze in the air, carrying with it the faint scent of incense from the temple, a reminder of the peaceful moments I've just experienced. As I head back into the city, the sounds of Bangkok start to return, the hum of traffic, the distant chatter of people, and the occasional sound of laughter echoing through the streets. But the peace of the temple stays with me, like a quiet song playing in the background of my mind. I realize now why so many people find comfort in these spaces, no matter where they come from or what their beliefs are. It's a reminder that, no matter how fast life moves, there's always a place where we can slow down and reconnect with ourselves. Before I end today's journey, I want to leave you with a question. Where do you go to find peace in your life? Is there a place that helps you reset? A space that allows you to breathe and remember what's important? Whether it's a temple, a park, or even just a quiet room at home, I hope you have a space that brings you peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Bangkok's temples, and I hope you found some inspiration and calm along the way. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon.